Are you not sure which car seat is correct for your child? You are not alone. The correct car seat for your child is the one that fits your car, fits your child, and it is easy enough that you will use every single time. An infant seat, what we call an infant, is a rear-facing only seat. It only goes rear-facing. A convertible converts from rear-facing to forward-facing, and then a booster seat is one that is strictly a booster. It has no internal harnesses. There are also combination seats, which are forward-facing seats that have an internal harness, and then you take that harness out when they hit the correct height and weight and use it as a booster seat. The way you know that it's time to change seats is if the child outgrows the seat, either height or weight. Every car seat has a height and a weight limit on them, and they are in the owner's manual. They're also generally on the side, on the labels on the side. So when that child hits those height and weight limits, then it's time to move to the next seat. When it gets colder, you want to put your child in the seat. You want to put the straps on them snugly, and then you want to tuck a blanket around them if they're an infant. Never put a child or an infant in bulky coat and then put them in the seat. The straps will then be too loose. So you need to put them in the seat, put the straps on them, and then tuck a blanket around them. If they're older children, you can also put the coat on them backwards after the straps are on them tightly. Let's break down some common myths and misunderstandings.
So my baby's going to feel uncomfortable being rear-facing, so I should turn him forward early.
Babies need to stay rear-facing until at least the age of 2. Their bones, their tendons, their ligaments are not strong enough to withstand a forward-facing impact, and they really need to stay rear-facing until the highest weight limit of the car seat, which on an infant seat is typically 30 pounds. So that one is false.
Once my child can sit up, they're ready to switch seats.
They need to stay in a rear-facing or a child restraint system until the highest weight limit or height limit of the seat. That way they ride safely every time.
Car seats expire after a certain number of years, so an older seat is unsafe.
Car seats do expire. That's a maybe. Car seats do expire after a certain length of time. And the reason for that is they have been in hot and cold if they've been in your car or in storage. They also come out with new guidelines. They also come out with new testing that they do on the seats. So they will have different standards on each seat.
I don't need a car seat for a short trip around town.
That one is absolutely false. You need to use a car seat for every ride, everywhere you go, no matter how long or how short.
My friend is giving me their old car seat and it's totally cool to use.
That's a maybe. Depends, number one, on how much you trust your friend. And then also, you need to know if it's been in a wreck, if it is expired, and if it has a recall on it. So once you've checked all 3 of those out, if those are good, then you are good to go with that car seat.
Once my child's tall enough, all they need is a seatbelt.
That's a maybe. So children should ride in a child restraint system until they are at least 4'9" typically. As we know, our height varies. Some of us carry it in our torso, some of us carry it in our legs. So when they are able to sit in the car seat, the vehicle seat, with their back against the seat, their knees will bend over the edge of the seat, and that lap belt hits them across the hips, and the shoulder belt hits them across the middle of the chest, then they are good to sit in a car seat or a seatbelt only.
My kid doesn't need a booster seat because they're big for their age.
Probably false, because everybody thinks their child is big. And so we look at all of those other standards. Can they sit in the seat, their feet, with their back is against the back of the seat, their knees bend over the edge of the seat, that seatbelt hits them at the hips and also at the collarbone.
I can put my child in the front seat if the airbags are off.
That's sort of a maybe, if you have no other place to put your child. If you have a vehicle that only has 5 seating positions and you have 4 children, then you may be able to need to put one of them in the front. You would push that seat as far away from the front of the vehicle as possible. But typically children should ride in the back seat until the age of 13.
If my child's feet are touching the front seat, they're too big for the car seat.
That's false. We get that question all the time. That does not mean your child is too big for the car seat. It just means their legs are going to hit the back of the seat. You can just fold them up. We call it crisscross applesauce. Fold them up like that, and they can ride safely. You want to keep them rear facing until the highest weight and height limit of the seat.
If I'm driving slowly, we don't need to buckle up.
False. Every occupant in the vehicle should buckle up at all times.
After switching to a booster seat, my child doesn't need to be restrained with a harness.
That's a maybe. It depends on the height and weight, again, of the seat. Some seats, they're called combinations, they have an internal harness. Typically, those harnesses go up to 65 pounds. If they've outgrown those, then they can sit in just a booster seat, and you put that seatbelt just around the booster seat, so it does not have an internal harness. You can find more car seat information at franciscanhealth.org.